ever told you how it's my dream to get eaten by you?
They knew exactly what they were doing with that line. What is up, my fellow creatures of the night? It's your boy, Nyte Lyfe, your resident Revenant VTuber reborn again. The following video was filmed as part of my Amazing Digital Circus recap stream on June 2nd. As such, it will contain spoilers for the first 8 episodes. If you have not watched episodes 1 through 8 of the Amazing Digital Circus, I encourage you to do so now. Links to this specific episode, as well as the full official Digital Circus playlist, are in the description. As always, please support the official release. Thank you. Let us go ahead and keep going with episode 7 of Beach Episode.
Is the adventure over already?
No, the adventure hasn't even started yet.
Oh, well, don't be a narc. Find your own hiding spot.
It's not that, it's just that we haven't even seen Kane at all today. Plus, Gangle was looking for you. Hi, Zooble.
So did Zubo.
Wait, what's this?
Hello, my little rubber baby buggy bumpers! Today, I've decided to go to the store to get essential ingredients for my signature milk and cigarette casserole. I hope you can handle yourselves until I get back.
Well, this was fun while it lasted.
So, what's the adventure today?
Oh, I don't have an adventure for you today, so you can do whatever you feel like.
Alright, sounds fine to me.
You should ask me for suggestions on what to do instead.
No.
What should we do instead?
No, Gangle.
Gangle.
Great question, Gangle. For an answer, let me consult the Chinese room.
Okay, get prepared. Okay, why Chinese? Does this actually mean anything?
It's a mystery what's behind that door, but I believe it's a fluent Chinese speaker who will give me advice.
Can I just ask why? Like, what even is—
Shut! You're only making the joke take longer.
So, yeah, no, the Chinese room is an actual thought experiment that existed. Look that up and see if I can remember who it was. But it is sort of, the Chinese room thought experiment is meant to be kind of a statement on AI sentience and like making the argument that AI, can't truly be sentient. Okay, yeah, so it was philosopher John Searle. I was wondering if it was going to be the name I recognize from philosophy, but no, not really. And it's from 1980, so technology has developed quite a lot since then. But I don't know, the argument's still kind of the same. But the Chinese room thought experiment is this idea that, like, you place someone in a room that does not speak Chinese whatsoever, but they have a book that has all of the possible combinations of Chinese characters that they can be given, and something to write in response. And that response is, a sequence of Chinese characters to write back. They don't know what hold on, yes. So so someone from outside of the room will pass them a message in Chinese, and they will take that message, they will look in the book, they will write down the response that should be given, and they will hand it to the person on the other side of the door. So at no point does the person in the room actually understand the message that's being said. They are just taking in information and sending back a response that's supposedly the correct one, or, the desired response. But at no point do they actually know what they're saying. They just know that that is what has been formulated to be the correct response. And it's an argument against the idea that AI will ever truly be sentient or be able to think on its own, or have, like, consciousness, because that's, in effect, what language model AI does. Is it just takes in information, it takes in a statement, a string of characters. But it's just reading that as information. It doesn't really matter what it's taking in, and then it calculates out what the best, what the desired response is, or what response will get it the most desired outcome, and then sends that back out. The AI doesn't really parse the individual words. It doesn't really know what anything means. It doesn't really have any beliefs instilled into it that it holds. It's just calculating out what response it should give. And so and so that's an argument that, like, it can't really have sentience. It doesn't really think for itself. It doesn't really know anything, and therefore it doesn't really have personhood. Which I think it's an interesting question, because I don't necessarily hold 100% that there will never be AI sentience, but I also think people think about it a lot. People think about it in a lot simpler terms than it really is, but then again, I mean, you've also got to define sentience and define what it is to, what it is to properly understand or believe something, and that gets into a weird philosophical debate on its exact, on exact definitions, on exactly where things are placed. But I don't know, like AI sentience and the idea of even potentially AI personhood is something that is really fascinating to me as someone who has an interest in philosophy. I'm not like super well read or anything, and studied engineering. It's like it's a very interesting question, and so I think about it a lot. And so the Chinese room experiment is an interesting thought experiment. But yes, so that is what is being referenced here, and I think that's fun.
What does it say?
I don't know. I don't understand Chinese.
And then Kinger,
Hilarious.
because he was a computer scientist and someone who studied for 7 years, so someone who really knew it, chuckles at that because he probably does get the joke.
I don't know. Why don't you guys hang out at the Digital Lake? These locations have just kind of been there this whole time.
True.
Not sure why you never visit them.
You should throw
They
a
never
freaking beach party.
progress.
Good boy.
Oh, that could be fun.
Plus, there are some fun NPCs
Yes,
out
I never
there
went
that
to the
none of you have
fairgrounds.
even interacted with yet.
I'm guessing they're not intelligent ones.
They most certainly are not. Now, go have fun.
Wow, what a good day! Wow!
Alright, so who wants to try Kane's magical changing booth first?
I guess I'll give it a go.
Wow, you look mediocre. If you ever need a sunburn, give me a call.
I don't want a sunburn.
Should have thought of that before I decided I hate you.
Don't interact with the sun. She's just like that.
I like the swimsuit designs, although something... I really like the swimsuit designs, but something about Kinger makes me deeply uncomfortable. I don't know what it is, but something about shirtless Kinger just makes me deeply uncomfortable.
Gangle, wait.
I'll get it.
Hey there! If you want to find my sunken treasure chest, you'll have to try.
Why did that make me jump?
So, I was just talking with my brother here, and yeah, you are definitely not getting our sunken treasure chest. Definitely not.
Do I even want your treasure chest? It's not like there's anything to spend money on.
I'm the one that tells lies.
Dude, you ruined it.
Is that your treasure?
Dude, no! They took everything! That was my entire life savings, dude! Oh my god. Oh god. Oh my god, I'm gonna be sick. I'm gonna be sick. That was everything. Oh my god!
I know it's intentionally stylized as a really weird animation style, but that style of animation makes me severely unsettled. Like, weirdly enough, it kind of makes me feel sick, and I don't know why. But the way that the like exaggerated expressions and movements of the eyes, especially,
find it?
and the mouth.
Nah, somebody plundered it before I could.
What?
What? Oh, wait, you're right.
What was that for?
Oh, let me think. There's that time you ran me over with a steamroller, the time you pushed Gangle into a pool of piranhas, when you set me on fire, mailed me a pipe bomb, threw me into an active volcano. I could go on.
We never saw any
Aren't
of
you
those
supposed
moments.
to be miserable about your ability to choose your own body or something?
Aren't you supposed to be causing trouble for everyone? I've been starting to think that maybe the ability to change is fine. Not needing to commit to one thing all the time.
How about that?
And if I do still have problems, I talk about them with the people I trust.
Good thing I don't have any problems then.
Where are you going?
Anywhere you losers won't yap my ear off.
I really like that scene too, because it does show that Gangle, in their own way, does care about Jax. Like, it seems like Gangle has noticed something is wrong with Jax, and they're trying to kind of either get him to open up or get him to snap out of it, or get him to do something, like trying to reach out to Jax, and doing it. Did I say Gangle? Zooble. And doing it in a way that Jax will respond to, because Zooble knows, like, if you just sit down with Jax and are like, hey, something seems wrong, do you want to talk about it? He's not gonna open up. He's not gonna help you. And so instead, Zooble does it in a way that Jax will respond to, by, like, kind of provoking him and, giving that sort of playful jab, that troublemaking that Jax would normally do. And I think that's a really good moment of character insight.
Hello there!
As the shrimp NPC. Oh no! Not the shrimp NPC! Oh, those are drinks from the cafe, too. He still keeps those pictures on his wall. Even though he turned them around, he still does keep them. Good lord, he's naked. God, this sequence is so trippy. God, it's full of stars. Well, my God, it's full of frogs. Let's see. Yeah, I feel like there's definitely more hidden, like, because you can see Rivet and Kaufmo's faces. I think. No, okay, I was gonna say I think Omni shows up here eventually, but no. But I feel like there might be more symbolism to this than I'm understanding, but yeah, it's a little too trippy for me to really process. That is wild. Saved by the bell.
Way to interrupt my nap.
Can we talk?
Your what?
Yeah. He's not actually an NPC. He's a human. Like us.
Yes, I know. Getting stuck with a blank mannequin body of all things. Kane completely overlooked me. But because of this, I was able to, well, I think I found the way to leave.
The way to leave?
Yes, the way to leave the circus and get back to the real world.
Yes, but please, keep it discreet. If Kane catches on, I doubt he'll ever let us get this far again.
Again, zooming in on the eyes
That's
and the
why
paintings
we came to you.
to really highlight
We
that.
thought you might. That's why we came to you. We thought you might have a key to the Chinese room.
The Chinese room?
Yes, we're gonna need a place to talk without Kane listening in on us. I have a working theory that Kane will commit to a bit no matter what. And if the bit is to not know what's in the Chinese room, he'll stick to it.
First time I watched this legit set me into a laughing fit, but also, that does actually totally make sense. Like, that absolutely seems in character for Kane, that like, no, he will commit to any bit no matter what. And so if the bit is not to know what's going on, like not to know what's going on in a certain room, he just won't. I'm pretty sure that turns out not to be true, but it does sound very in character for Kane. And so it would have been hilarious if that were the solution to the problem.
I guess I'll check. These are all the keys I have where I don't know what they go to.
How did he
Wait.
get all of those?
Don't you want to come with us? This could be
Like,
our
did
one
he just
chance to
make them?
finally
Or-
leave all this behind.
Sure, why not?
Where even is Kane? He might be suspicious of us even being here.
He's probably in his office, planning adventures.
How do we even know we can trust this guy? Has he done anything to prove he's human?
I've been here
What exactly could he have done to prove he's human?
longer than any of you. I, helped create this place. I'll explain more when we're in the room, but for now, please just trust me. You will not regret it.
Am I doing this wrong?
That key looks like a Cheez-It. Now I kind of want some Cheez-Its.
None of these even fit in the keyhole.
Has anybody even tried just...
Keyhole.
Okay,
Has
hold
anybody
on,
even
hold on.
tried just...
The artificial Chinese dictionary. That says more stuff, but I cannot get. I definitely can't get it zoomed in enough to read it right now. And yep, I mean, for the reference to the Chinese room thought experiment, he just has a dictionary that tells him what to write, rather than actually knowing what anything means.
Oh, thank God.
Also, Pomni's face here is... this is just a perfect reaction image there, too.
Okay, well,
That
it's
joke
open.
is so
Let's
fast,
just get inside
but it's
before
really
Kane
funny.
sees us.
I'll go get Kinger.
We can fill him in later. I don't
Mhm.
really know if I'm, ready to face him again after what happened. We've both done things we're not proud of.
There's a lot of interesting lines in here.
All right. Convince me.
I'm one of the original programmers of the Digital Circus. I was part of a team of experts employed by C&A to bring this place to life. Kinger was one of my co-workers, back when he was still...
You really think Kinger worked with him?
Oh, whoops, sorry.
I
mean-
can see it.
Well, as production went on, the higher-ups at C&A started getting untrustworthy. They began forcibly hooking my fellow co-workers up to the computer in special stasis pods that would keep them alive and analyze their brains. Just awful stuff.
I'm gonna shoot you down and say none of us are CNA employees. How would we have gotten hooked up to this big machine just by putting on a headset?
That's what I wondered as well. But then I remembered that C&A was planning on expanding development. Last I remember, I was asking too many questions, and then poof, I was here. They're probably doing the same to anyone that stumbles into that office. Kane is an AI.
Yeah, I think we all got
yeah,
that.
An
we knew
AI
that.
specifically created to keep your minds active. But he's just as much of a prisoner as you are.
That's a really interesting line.
One that, won't be able to leave with us.
Just get.
And that line was when I first watched this episode was what clued me in that, like, yeah, no, that really is the twist they're going with, because they did well at setting up the ambiguity by like having this character come in and say this, and then having Jax point out that it was likely that to be just like one of Kane's traps. Because they acknowledge both of those possibilities in universe, it doesn't make the outcome as obvious. Although, I mean, the fact that this is only episode 7 of a 9-episode run, you kind of knew they weren't solving it yet. But that line was what keyed me in exactly what was going on. Like, as soon as he says, Kane won't be able to come with us, I'm like, oh, this is Kane testing them.
To the meet and tell us exactly how we're gonna leave if we're all hooked up to stasis pods?
Yes, of course. So, I did some digging, and I discovered that the...
Voltage, pressurized chamber, oxygen-rich gas mixture, psychoactive compound, nutrient vehicle, or pressurized cardiovascular mechanism. Unknown number of stasis pods.
Stasis
No
pods
pen.
and the virtual world.
Circus lobby. Is this the only construct connected to stasis pods? Okay, this is the actual circus itself.
Are both run in the same...
Connect to water waste system, industrial power grid, closed CNA intranet access ? Status of abstracted subjects. Disabling CNA intranet will only trigger emergency release systems for lucid human subjects. Ooh, okay. Yeah, so that's again, at least assuming this plan, was real, it was. But that is again an interesting point. We don't know how much of this is true, but we know that current lucid human subjects, current abstracted human subjects. Doesn't really say much of anything. Headset, a means of avoid vision stimulation for virtual world, mechanism used for neural digitization, administration zone, admin pass grants user permissions.
program. So, theoretically, if we were to... are both run in the same program. So...
Kane's attention must be divided. Permeable collision gap. Administration zone, administration access point. Ask Kane's office. Okay. Old CNA employees. Yeah, Kinger, and then we got 4 scratched off names?
Theoretically,
okay.
If we were to access the master console hidden deep within Kane's office...
Administrator entries and activities centered around hot air balloon.
We could
Hot air
terminate
balloon
it and
entrance.
forcibly awaken everyone who's hooked up. Well, obviously, except for Kane.
How do we get into Kane's office?
We'll need to steal the key from Kane, and we'll also need administrator privileges. I believe you're good at obtaining keys?
Okay. You know what's gonna happen when we do all this? Kane's gonna pop out and say, "Congratulations on beating the Escape the Circus adventure," and everything's gonna go back to the way it always was.
I've been watching you. All of you. Every trial, every moment of joy, every abstraction. I wish I could have come to you sooner, but I didn't want to potentially ruin our only chance at escape by telling you before I knew exactly how we were gonna do it. I'm not a creation of
Yeah,
Cain.
I've seen that
I've
he is like
suffered
actually
just
in the
as much
background
as
of
the rest
episodes.
you.
I
know
didn't
this
really
all
catch it.
sounds
I don't
crazy.
notice that kind of stuff
But
very
if you
easily, but
follow me,
yeah, I've seen
you
people
will
point
see
that out.
freedom. I'll also draw a face on myself, so you can tell me apart from any other blank NPCs.
Oh, what should we call you? Do you have a name?
I do.
I'll be honest, when he drew a face on himself, I was half expecting the mouth to start moving.
My name is Abel.
Ah, I get it.
Like, is that the name you picked? Or...
Yeah, I thought it would be cool.
Yeah,
But
I
anyway,
mean,
first things first, we need to get that key. In order to get the key, you're going to need to isolate Cain. Try getting him alone, someplace where he'll feel comfortable confiding in you.
Hey, Kane, you around?
Oh, hey, Jax. I didn't know you could ask if I was around like that. Good job.
oh, Ming
you
is
wanna
absolutely
get
the
dinner
best
together?
character.
Gasp! A human wanting to hang out with me? How could I possibly turn down such an offer?
So, where you wanna...
So,
Okay, but like, genuinely in this situation, I would want to hang out with Kane, because like, I would be so interested as to how he functions and how he thinks. Whether or not one could use the argument of, you know, I mean, wherever one falls on the argument of whether AI can
what you wanna
properly
talk about,
think.
friendo?
Uh,
Wait, Jax! I wanted to ask you about the adventures. What do you think I should do to make them more appealing to the Zooble and the Pomni?
I think
We should
that...
figure out what to order first. Conversation
Microwave
can happen
meals.
after we've loaded up on digital nutrients.
Then you're going to want to ask him about his hobbies. Odds are he'll get so excited that you care about him, he'll freeze up, and you'll be able to grab the key from inside his mouth.
Inside where?
What are your thoughts on cedar smoked salmon? I cedar smoked salmon, but I hardly know there's smoked salmon.
Do you have any secret hobbies?
Secret hobbies?
Yeah, like things you do on your own that you'd be interested in talking about.
Why, I didn't think a human would ever want to ask me about my... This is the most phantasmical moment of my...
I almost do feel bad for Kane here, because like, he seems so genuinely happy and excited to be talking to people. I mean, I know he's doing awful stuff, but still.
What you doing there, Jax?
Have I ever told you how it's my dream to get eaten by you?
They knew exactly what they were doing with that line.
That's a weird thing to say and want.
Do you really believe it? I mean, everything he says?
I just want to know what Kinger thinks of all this.
Yeah. I was thinking the same.
Yeah, exactly. Like, Kane does kind of seem like he just wants some friends, and he wants to entertain people. Like, you know, his purpose is to keep people happy and keep their brains active, and he wants to do that, and he just doesn't have an understanding of how to do it correctly. And it does, yeah, like, it does make one, as much as he does terrible things to people, it does sort of make one feel bad for him that, like, he seems so genuinely joyful and he seems to want to do these things for people, but he just can't understand it.
How much do you know about Kinger?
Huh? Oh, I probably know about as much as everybody else, but he's also helped me through some of my hardest times here. Is it weird to say I trust him the most out of everybody?
No, that's not weird at all. I had a similar experience, and I think he might know more about this place than he lets on.
Yeah, he has been here longer than anyone else. And I don't know, I think it's kind of strange that Abel isn't interested in him at all.
Like I said, things between us are complicated. I would love to be able to work alongside him again. And you're right to think he has knowledge about this place. It's just, I made a promise.
What's going to happen to the people in the cellar? Like Kofmo and Ribbit?
I don't know. But let's hope for the best, right?
Yeah,
And here we are.
let's hope for the
The
best.
administrator zone.
It's an interesting place to put that, but I guess it makes sense.
But like I was saying, this Macroverse place really intrigues me. And these photos are all I have of the location.
So yeah. With what happens later, like this is the part that gets me the most. Yeah, like with what happens, this is the part that gets me the most. Is like we know that there's fakes. We know that Kane was planting fake clues to build up to this. But are these pictures real? Or is this just all a part of
I'm
his story?
obsessed with them. I just wish I had more info on the location so I could accurately recreate it. Too bad they cut me off, right?
And also, they cut me off. That's interesting. Kane saying that he was cut off.
Yeah,
Why?
What a shame.
What happened?
So, what's your takeaway from all this?
What?
What's your takeaway from all this? Is it that I'm actually a cool guy with cool hobbies and not that much different from you beautiful humans?
Sure.
Wowee! I'm so glad.
God, that little animation there.
Sure.
Wow!
This little expression here. It's so funny.
I'm
So
so
cute.
glad we understand each other a little more. I really am trying my best to make you guys happy, and being appreciated for that just makes me want to celebrate by giving you guys anything you ask for.
I've
How's
seen
that
people
sound?
suggest that they intentionally made
Sounds
Kane
good.
really cute in this
This
episode,
was a
so
nice
to
dinner
build
and
more
everything,
sympathy
but
for him.
Could I go back to the circus? The gals and I were gonna do something which may or may not be a surprise for a special certain ringmaster we want to show our appreciation for.
Say no more.
Whoop.
How long is Jack's gonna take? I feel like we've been standing here for hours.
Should we tell Kinger what's happening? I feel bad not including him
Yes,
in
you
any of this.
absolutely should.
We're supposed to follow Abel's instructions. It probably couldn't hurt to at least give him a warning, though, just to get him into the right headspace. Oh my god.
Hi, Gangle. Hi, Zubul.
That oh my god from Zubul, just
Oh my god.
I don't know what it is
Gangle.
about that.
Hi,
It's
Zubul.
so funny.
You startled me.
One of my favorite deliveries.
So, we may have discovered something you'll want to hear about. It's
We found a way to leave the circus. We're currently preparing everything, but we need to keep it quiet so Kane doesn't stop us.
yeah, what she said.
Huh? Leave the circus? How would you... No, that doesn't make sense.
That response. So interesting to me. Kinger saying that doesn't make sense to leave the circus. What does he mean by that?
Met with Abel. He says he was one of the original programmers and he knows how to shut off the game and free us.
Like, we know this specific...
Who?
We know the stuff with Abel isn't real, but
We'll
the
continue
fact
this
that he thinks
conversation
leaving the
later.
circus
Just
at
thought
all
I'd give
doesn't
you a
make
heads up.
sense.
I am never doing anything for you guys ever again.
Where's Kane?
Worry not, my dear damsel. I think I stopped him from checking up on us for a while, so no need for your distraction anymore. You're welcome.
In other words, you just made us have to wait longer to do our job. Also, don't call me that.
What's the rush? You got someone waiting for you outside?
Don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Kinger is in the dark, so he's like actually thinking more clearly, which is why that interests me so much. because again, he's saying that the idea of leaving the circus doesn't make any sense. So why does he think it doesn't make sense? And then this exchange right here. It's also another, which is really good.
Yeah.
Froze up for a second. There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah, then we got that exchange, which is... God, yeah. No, Jax... Yeah, Jax definitely has a lot of story that we don't fully know yet. Yeah, so... He doesn't have anyone waiting for him, or at least doesn't think he does.
How many administrator passes should I get?
6.
Yeah, 6.
Are you sure? Giving Kinger access to the main console could be dangerous, considering his mental state.
Will it be dark in there?
I suppose it will be somewhat dim, but...
Then yes. I want us all to have one.
All right, if you say so.
The dark. I think I get it now.
Whatever happens, I'm going to put my trust in Kinger.
He's got a lot of wisdom buried in there, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, when he uses it responsibly.
What?
It's nothing.
That's
Let's go
another
find the
line
others.
that...
Hey.
That's another line that I think is so interesting, because I don't know if it's just part of some made-up backstory with Abel, or if there's some meaning behind that. If Abel does actually kind of know something for him to say, like, yeah, when he uses it responsibly.
Don't keep information from us if you know something.
Does he know something about Kinger?
What happened between you and Kinger?
It'll be clear soon enough. So, did you distract Kane?
I took care of that.
He thinks he took care of that, but we really have no way of knowing.
Such little faith in me. Goodness.
Oh, I wonder why. If this whole thing gets messed up because of you, I swear to God.
Yeah, let's just all follow Mr. Obvious Twist Villain instead.
Now wait, hold on. You think...
Let's all just calm down and be a team here. Pomni's got administrator passes for everyone. We're all in this together.
We're all in this together. Yeah, Jax is just genre savvy. He knows, like, he's seen these stories before. He knows how this plays out.
Why do they look like that?
That's a good question. Why do they? Is there a meaning behind
Pomni.
that?
Huh?
Did you say something?
We're going to have to trust that whatever Jax did will keep him distracted.
That almost makes me wonder if Kinger's vulnerability to the light was a modifier that was intentionally placed on him to, like, keep him quiet, or if it really is just a problem he developed in the circus.
I don't know how long we'll be able to hold these without Kane knowing, so it's time. Let's go to Kane's office. Kane always did have trouble with cube collisions, for some reason.
I don't understand that. Maybe someone who knows more about, like, graphic or game design could say, but, like, I would assume cube physics, like, cubes would be the easiest thing for collisions, since they're, like, I would think cube collisions specifically would be the easiest because they are all right angles, and therefore can be most easily created out of polygons, versus, you know, round things. Versus, like, a sphere.
Me? Why me?
Jax?
But I guess round things
Everything's gonna be
colliding
okay.
into the cube creates a problem.
Fine. Ball me up.
Whee!
Oh, like basketball.
Sure.
want Kinger to go before me.
No, yeah, that makes sense.
Smart
Now,
move on
Poppy,
Pomni's part.
Don't feel like I need to go before you just because I have the right of way in a four-way uncontrolled intersection.
Just trust me. You want to get somewhere dark?
You can say that again.
So, how are you getting up?
I'm not, but I trust all of you to make the right choice.
When we all get out, I'll buy you a beer.
Make the right choice.
Whew. I was getting kind of worried something was happening down there.
Time for me to serve my purpose, I guess.
Yeah, it's... This is so cool. Just seeing like all the orbs that are the different pictures, and then these are 3D render skeletons. It's a good, it's a graphic design pun. I didn't actually know that myself. I had to read someone point that. I had to have someone point that out to me. But that's still really, that is really interesting. Oh, that's a skeleton for the gummy elephant. The gloink. I'm guessing that says mannequin, and then say it says crappy fish. Yeah, and all the orbs showing the different
Mabel
worlds.
said the door to the main console was behind the bookshelf.
Hey.
Like, I also think it's interesting that he's got, or well, yeah, that it's cool that he's got like these statues of all these different shapes that are once again. But yeah, I think it's interesting that we do have all of these shapes that, you know, are different. Like, specifically, like the I guess, you know, donut and macaroni shape. I don't know what the proper names of those would be. Being in here because those are like, again, big steps forward, big like proving grounds for graphic design, for like 3D rendering and graphic design to make shapes that are much more oblong and strange like that. And so it's kind of interesting that he does have these like up on pedestals, these like statues, because it would be, you know, it would be kind of like showing, yeah, it would be kind of like showing discoveries or like, you know, yeah, those statues would kind of be like mementos of, you know, leaps forward, like advancements that have been made in the past. Okay, back, good, awesome.
Hey, you alright?
I'm great.
I guess this is it. We're leaving the circus.
Yeah, I guess that's true. There's no cubes in there, so yeah, I guess that's true. Huh. Weird.
Are we still gonna be friends when we're out there?
Why wouldn't we be?
It's just gonna be strange. I've only known you like this. Will it be the same when it's real?
It always was real. Everything we felt, everything we've done, everything we are. It'll never leave us.
Aw.
And I wouldn't have it any other way.
Yeah, I love these two together.
Thank you for always being there when I needed.
The red button will close the console and keep all players inside the circus. The blue button will end the game and disconnect all players.
Kinger, do you want to make the choice?
The choice of what?
Are you sure he's all the way here?
Hey, yeah, wait. Don't we all want to press leave? Why leave it up to him?
What if there's something we don't know? Maybe we should give it a little more time?
Oh, yeah. I love pressing buttons.
I mean, even if you were following the assumption that Abel was being truthful and that this really could be your way of escape, there are still some questions that are left unanswered, such as what happens to the people who abstracted. So, you know, there is still some stuff worth thinking about, even if you don't, you know, assume that Abel is lying.
One of those two?
Which he
I don't know.
pretty plainly
Am I
was.
missing something? We all want to leave, right?
Pomni?
Yeah, we do. It's just, what if it's a trick or something?
Why would there be a trick console in Kane's office?
Because it's Kane.
No matter what we press, Kane's gonna know we were here. We should push it.
Hold on. Let's just wait a second and go over everything we know, and maybe we can vote on it or something?
Yeah, it's so interesting, those few glimpses we get. Yeah, I don't know if he was a kid
What did
abandoned
you
or if he
just
was
do?
running away from something, maybe? So interesting the brief glimpses we get.
Congratulations, my little cattywampus cucumbers!
Cattywampus
You
cucumbers.
picked the good ending, where you realize you'd rather stay with me than go back to that pesky old macroverse or whatever we decide to call it. I knew you'd make the right choice.
Make the right choice.
Was all...
An adventure, yes, and one I've been cooking up for a good long while. Great job playing your part, Abel.
All in a good day's work. By the way, you think I could get a raise after that performance?
Oh, you're getting too smart.
None of that was true.
Okay, yeah, the first couple of times I watched this episode, I did not get the point of the hot dog necklace, but yeah, no, because he was looking at that pendant earlier to try and imply his backstory with Kane, or with Kinger. Why do I keep mixing those two names up? Because yeah, he was looking at something earlier to try and imply a backstory with Kinger, like, you know, he had lost someone or there was something, yeah, in their history, but it was just a hot dog. It really
None of
didn't
that
mean
was
anything.
true. The CNA stuff, the pods, the way
A
out.
fabrication of my incredible world-building skills.
I was right.
And this final breakdown from Jax as he puts it all together.
What would have happened if we picked the other button?
Oh, I didn't put too much thought into that one, cause I knew you'd never pick it. So I left that up to Bubble.
I made it take you to Shrimp Town.
Yeah, it was
Shrimp Town sounds kind of fun to me.
gonna take you to Shrimp Town.
You dirty liar! You scumbag! You made me. You got in my head. You just lie about everything, don't you?
Huh?
You can mess with our minds too, can't you? The stupid sauce, the vegan thing, God knows what else.
Our names?
No, hold on, guys. Wait. I may have the ability to add temporary modifiers to make adventures more interesting, but that's it. If I did anything more, trust me, it would not end well.
Scratch. The first abstraction.
Hey! I didn't say anything like that! Come on, guys! You know I'm just here to have fun. Questioning's over. Your prize is this lovely gift basket of soaps and lotions. Stay fragrant, have a good night. Fragrant night. Bye!
Such a good moment. But yeah, like realizing the fact that no, he can mess with their minds, and he has been doing it already. Yeah, I'll be watching the next episode here in a minute. I'll watch through the credits, and I'll probably do an ad break before jumping to that one, so that we can get that out of the way before starting the episode. But yeah, no, like, the revelation that, like, yeah, he has been messing with their head the whole time, and you can kind of see it. You could have kind of, yeah, you saw it, like, we kind of saw it in other episodes. The idea that he can add temporary modifiers. And, you know, it kind of makes sense that, like, if this is an entire human consciousness, yeah, you mess with, you mess with their minds too much, and you don't know what kind of crazy, like, you don't know what kind of knock-on effects that can have that could mess up their entire mind or their entire personality, you know, everything about them.